Hi everyone, it's Jeff Anthony, the general manager at CAFCO in Neighborhood. I'm going to log in just to make sure that we are streaming okay. As you can tell, my camera's whack. My computer that I have is not the best, so it's going to seem really glitchy. You know, it is the Matrix. But I just want to make sure that I can get this going for us. Traffic was a lot heavier today than most days, so I'm not totally ready, but that doesn't mean we can't get started. So just give me a quick second here. I want to make sure I can have my chat open. I do apologize. I don't know what it is where I'm at over there at the office. The internet doesn't work so well, so when I'm trying to stream, it literally starts for like 2 seconds. Alright. And then it just starts to cycle and cycle, and it says can't reconnect, can't reconnect. So I was trying to get here a little bit earlier. I left the office a little bit earlier, but there's no time limit in today's video. I will only be able to answer questions regarding the homes that we're placing at the reserve on Sleepy Hollow in Conroe, Texas. If you have general questions regarding pricing of homes that we don't offer, I'm going to refer you to a local retail store where they can assist you. Many of you who have followed me in the past knew that I worked directly for the factory, selling direct to the public. That retail store has now been converted to what we're doing now, which is CAFCO and Neighborhood, where our main focus is putting homes into partnered communities, also some infill spaces, as well as some rural lots. Right now, our first project is the reserve on Sleepy Hollow out in Conroe, Texas. This is located literally a mile or two from the Woodlands. You have everything really just surrounding you. If any of you follow our Facebook page, which is CAFCO and Neighborhood, you'll be able to see the video that I did where I drove around the surrounding areas there to really see that everything that surrounds the reserve is really, really close. See, this should be gone already. So weird. YouTube's weird. So like when I set up these live chats, I do it from my phone, and sometimes I'm able to get in there and do things, but for whatever reason it was not working. But let's do this. I'm gonna go to our website, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring it up here. So let's go ahead and let's get started, because I know that you guys are probably on your way home or at home already getting ready to eat dinner. So let's go ahead and let's bring the screen up. Alright, so this is our new web page here. It's cafcoandneighborhood.com. Talks about who we are and what we're doing. Today is going to be specifically regarding the reserve on Sleepy Hollow. So I'm going to go ahead and go into that page there. Okay, so the reserve on Sleepy Hollow is located in Conroe, Texas, just a couple miles east of the Woodlands, right off of I-45 and Tamina Road. So this is what we got going on. This is the community here. This is phase 1. Everything you see in yellow is what's been already reserved for our homes. Out of these 50 yellow spaces, we have 27 homes already either on site or going to be on site by the end of this month. I can tell you that the last couple of weeks we've been very, very active in putting in homes. This week they're in the process of doing interior finishing. They started the plumbing work. They're going to start the electrical work and then the decks and the skirting to follow up. I plan to, by the end of August, to have almost 80% of what I have already delivered and set at the reserve completed. By mid-September, I should be completely done. So that in all, we'll have 27 homes on site. Out of the 27 homes, only 4 are actually display homes. The rest are for sale. So where do we stand as far as homes availability? Is you're going to be able to see here the lots, and if you click on the lot, it's going to tell you what home is going to be placed on there, and you can go to home details. So let's look at here on lot number 4, which is going to be the Santa Fe model. This is a 16 by 76 3-bedroom floor plan from our Austin Palm Harbor facility. On here you'll be able to see videos, floor plan, and here you go, guys. This is the one thing that when you guys are typically looking for homes that people don't like to share with you is pricing. Everybody's scared to show price. We are not. So our pricing represents the complete project of the home, utility connections, home drainage pad, your front and rear decks, your smartboard skirting, and anything else that we've upgraded in the particular home. Now, the reserve on Sleepy Hollow, you do not own your land. It is leased property, so you do pay a fee that comes every month for your home to be there. With those fees, it's basically taking care of the land costs for you. It's taking care of any HOA. It's going to cover anything as far as amenities. So it'll cover all those things. Those fees are going to be anywhere from $725 all the way up to $875, depending on the home and also the premium lot that you go with. We have anything from 1/10 of an acre all the way to 1/4 of an acre. So the reserve on Sleepy Hollow offers a fully fenced in community, brand new streets, brand new sewer lines, water lines, electrical lines, high speed internet through fiber optic. So it's the fastest speeds that you can get. Everything's brand new. Every home will be brand new. There's nothing used in the community. Everything is brand new. Our concept here is to build a neighborhood and not a park. In the community itself, you're going to have a huge clubhouse, swimming pool, basketball courts, volleyball courts, pickleball, cornhole area, lounging. You're going to have a private lake, walking trails, ramadas, just things of recreation that are going to make you feel like you're invested into this community, where that way you guys can control what the values remain there at the community. So as far as the woodlands go, the location of the reserves on Sleepy Hollow is premium because you're around everything when it comes to location here, and we'll get to that point there. So what we're going to look at here is that the price of this home is $162,799 completed. So let's talk about the incentives that we're going to be offering. There we go. Sorry. What we're going to be offering. Okay. So typically, most people, when they're doing incentives, they're doing $2,500. They're doing $5,000. Well, we are heavily invested in trying to sell the first 27 homes that we have going into the neighborhood, so we can go ahead and start picking up some of those premium lots that people are going to want, like the waterfront lots or even some bigger lots. We want to be predominant in this neighborhood, and we want you to be part of that, to bring other people into this neighborhood so they can be your neighbor, right? As the great late Fred Rogers would say, let me be your neighbor. So I'm going to use my iPad here. I'm going to open up my Excel sheet. Like I mentioned, traffic was heavy, so I'm not completely ready for you guys, but I want to go ahead and get ready and show you what kind of incentives we're looking at. Now, you can use these incentives any way you want, okay? So I was actually talking to somebody earlier today, and we talked about the ability to possibly, instead of giving the complete $15,000 down on a home, that we may be able to buy them out of their lease so they can go ahead and move into their home versus having to wait until May, until May to be able to move in. So we can use some of those incentive monies to do that, where the financing here allows us to be able to do more things for you versus a government granted loan like FHA, VA, USDA, where there's a lot more restrictions. There's not so much on the type of lending that's available for you when you go into a lease community. So I'm opening up Teams here so I can go ahead and open up my Excel sheet. And I'm telling you, these prices are significantly a lot less, guys. I also received an email today from one of the lenders that's going opposite of what everything else is going on. They've actually dropped their rates, which is a good deal. Anytime we can drop rates while everything else is going up, that means they're just being extra aggressive in getting your business and putting a little bit more confidence in you buying from a retailer such as Cafco and Neighborhood. All right, here we go. And I hope that your Monday was great. I was excited that Monday came around. I know most people don't like Mondays. I do. I like to hit things running, and so that way when Friday comes, I hit that wall and it's time to chill out. Okay, so pricing. Here we go, found it. All right, so let's look at the Somerset, which is lot number 4. So if we go back to the map really quick, we can show you where lot number 4 is at. Lot number 4. So this is right here will be Sleepy Hollow Road. This is the main road that leads out to Tamina Road. So it's up towards the beginning of the community here. So lot number 4. So on lot number 4, it is our Santa Fe model 1676 3G, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, full tape and textured home. Lots of upgrades in this particular home. Like I mentioned, this home was being sold for $167,000. We are gonna we are offering incentives of $20,000 on this home. So how can we make this more to the way you want to build it around? So there's a couple ways we can get really, really creative. We can do the complete $20,000 off of the price of the home, and you finance that. So basically, this home would be $146,353, something and some change there. So basically, we're looking at $146,000. Okay. Now, in that $146,000, the site work, which was your tabs, your driveways, your decks, and so forth on there, that's like a $35,000 package that we do there. So really, just the home itself, if we were to eliminate all that, and let's say that, hey, I just want to buy the home and moving on to the other lots, what am I looking at? At this kind of discounted price right now, you're looking at that home being about a 110, which is in line with heavily discounted homes for a fully upgraded single wide home. So as you can see, we're being really, really aggressive in being able to get you this home. How you can also play with it is that this particular location here has a lease of $775 per month, which also includes a shed that's the community is going to take care of, and that's like $50. So until they actually put the shed on there, your space rent will be $50 less. But I want to prepare you already for the big part, which is once it gets there, how much you're actually looking at. You're looking at $775. So you can do things like, we can only go for a year out, that we can do a prorate. So like literally, if you wanted to take $1,200 of the $20,000 that we're giving you and discount your prorate your rent for 1 year to be $100 less, or $200 less, or $300 less, just to kind of ease that initial move-in, we can do that. We can do that for you. We will pay the reserve directly, so that way they can allocate that money and get your rent lower. Okay, so typically a home like this one, depending where your credit is at, I'm kind of figuring based on that lender that I talked about that dropped their rates. If you have credit between 650 to 700, you're probably looking at an interest rate about 9.9 on a 25-year note. You're probably going to be somewhere about 13 $1,300 a month on this home before your space rent. So really, you're going to be paying $2,100 a month, including your land cost and your fees that go with accessing the clubhouse, swimming pool, gym, all those other things at $2,100. If you were to look at something similar in size for rent in that area, okay, we're talking about something that's 2,200 square feet, brand new, on where it's fully loaded, not a neighbor beside you, above you, below you, just on that end, like those townhomes that are right up the road. You're looking at $3,200 a month. This is $1,100 less in cost a month, and you're not paying 100% interest. You're saving 90% of what that cost is. You know what I mean? Of interest, 90% of interest, which is amazing. That's money that goes towards your home and what you're living there. You know, a lot of people want to talk about like, oh, you know, I don't own the land. Guess what? None of us own any of our land. Even for those who say, well, I own a house. You know, what do you mean I don't own my land? You got taxes you got to pay for. We live in a country where we have to pay tax to get EMS, street service, all that stuff. That's the same thing versus the huge taxes that go into these nice areas where you're going to buy a home for $500,000 or more. Your property tax isn't going to be the $14,000. It's going to be a lot less, and you're distributing it amongst 500 other residents. So that's the part where we're looking at. Can the cost go up every month in the future? Probably, because taxes are going to go up, but it won't be thousands of dollars of difference. And I can tell you, for myself, when I moved into the current home that I'm at, I had taxes of $2,500 a year. I'm up to $7,500 now. And it's only going to continue going up as things start to improve, and the area where I'm living at just gets more and more interest. So if I was to own my house completely, I still have $7,500 that I have to pay every single year to somebody just to say I own a house. So there's no difference there. And I have an HOA on top of that. My HOA is like $100 a month. So when you start breaking all those different things, it's the same scenario on everything that you're doing. Just because the property is not in your name doesn't mean you don't own your home. If later on you want to pick up your home and move it to somewhere else, you have the ability to do so. I can't do that with my house. I have to sell it. And then try to find something similar. Right now, go try to find a home right now. Like my house right now, if they were to rebuild this house, you know, it's hands down is going to cost $400,000. I'm not going to be able to sell my house for that much. I'm going to end up getting into double the debt in order to get something that's similar. Where here, if you choose to leave the reserve, which I don't know why you would, you can take what you've already invested in and take it with you. Can't do that on a traditional home. So there's a lot of positives. There's negatives on both ends of the deal, but this is a great opportunity to live in such a high demand location that honestly, like these little small lots, you'd be paying over $100,000 for them. And then you have high property tax. And then let's say that you needed to put the improvements in there, and it's a lot of money. The developer went ahead and took care of all of those things. So now all they're doing is like, hey, if you want to live in this community and what we're offering you, you just have to pay something monthly to us and you can live here. It's a great opportunity, guys. And like I mentioned, to be in this particular home for $2,100 a month in an area that's going to cost you $3,000 for an apartment home, I mean, that's huge savings in itself, guys. And then tax benefits on top of that. So as you can see, that's a $20,000 rebate that comes on that particular home itself. Okay, so some of us who may not be able to afford that much, what's out there for you? Well, guess what? CAFCO in neighborhood sells homes from Palm Harbor, Austin, which is the highest end home that we offer, followed by Palm Harbor, Fort Worth, and then CAFCO, Texas, Fleetwood Homes out of Waco, and then we partnered up with CMH, True Value Homes. So we offer those. So we have homes here You know, once again, with the space and everything, and your home, we have basically payments going to be anywhere about the 1,600 a month going upwards. I think the most for the most expensive house here, depending once again on your credit, and the highest payment that we'll be looking at is probably about $2,600. That's still $400 less than living in that apartment that's 1,300 square feet, and you're getting a home that's 1,900 square feet, not a neighbor above you, below you, and you own it, and you're saving tons and tons of interest. You're not flushing money down the drain, and you're a homeowner. So this is where we're at. So what models do we have actually coming to the reserve? If you go to the website, you go all the way down, you can go to see all homes, and you'll be able to filter exactly what you're looking for. But this will tell you the 44 different models that we're actually offering. 44 different models. All right, so and they range from different manufacturers, from basic all the way up to super high end. Our pricing right now, without any rebates, is the upper 90s all the way to mid 200s. Like I mentioned, just looking at something like the Santa Fe model, that's a $20,000 discount. The email that you guys got only said $15,000. I doubt that you're gonna be angry at me because you're able to save an extra $5,000. If you don't want the $5,000, hey, we'll keep it. I don't got a problem with it, guys. But I'm sure you can appreciate what we're trying to do here. You always want to be at the front end of a development, never at the back end, because as the community gets more and more popular and people want to be there, the less that we have to give you guys. Right now, we want to make you guys the big show. We want people to see what we've been trying to tell everyone, what this community has to offer you. There's other subdivisions out there. There's other communities out there that are like what we're doing, but they're not doing what we're doing. And then there's some that are really not doing what we're doing, and they're trying to advertise that they're going to do it. And guess what? They're more expensive, or they're just slightly less. But what you're not looking at is the whole complete value. You're not in the Woodlands. You're not even close to the Woodlands. You're not even in Chateau Woods or Shenandoah. We're surrounded by those. Literally everything is around us. Those other ones, you're talking about an extra hour drive away from the city of Houston. The majority of the people that work in these areas are going to be working in Houston. Literally, you can take I-45 and then the loop. You're minutes away from hitting those and then getting into downtown fairly easy, right? Traffic's traffic at the end of the day. I mean, it took me an hour and a half to get home from 30 miles away. So, but on good days, it's easy to get around. And on a good day, you're still traveling an extra hour to get to those other communities. So this is something that is a win for you. It's a win for us. It's a win for the developer, just to really knock this out of the park. And then to be into a home right now as you get ready to start the school year. We have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have New Year. So where we took the plunge and invested in putting over $5 million into this community at the beginning of this, you can take advantage of that and be in while everyone else is going to be waiting on their home, waiting to get through permitting. But man, if you knew the things that have to happen in order for you guys to be able to put a home on here, it's tedious. And I tell you, I do this all day long, and there's sometimes that I grab these little hairs and I pull them out. And I used to have a black beard, and just kidding. I did used to have a black beard, but the process was tedious. It was a great process. It wasn't like people were rude or making it harder than it needed to be. It was just a lot that you had to do. And guess what? When you go to, if you decide not to buy a move-in ready home, you're going to have to go through that process. Because you're responsible for the permits. You're responsible for all those things. We can coordinate the putting on the electric and putting on those things, but the responsibilities of applying for your permits and paying for tap fees, that actually is your responsibility. And that's what makes CAFCO and neighborhood such a great opportunity for you not to have to deal with those hassles. That's why when you look at master plan communities, why they're so popular, is because they've taken the hassle of that and you can just move in. Now, the nice thing, a lot of these homes, if you don't like a color, guess what? You can change it. Change the color of the inside of your home. You can't do that in an apartment. You can't do that in a rental. This is something that you own. You know, you have a 3-car parking space that comes there. You're going to have an 8x10 front deck, a 4x4 deck. You're going to have a shed, and then the house that you pick. Now, one thing that we're doing, because literally the day that I went down to check out this community and check out Conroe, the Woodlands, Spring, Shenandoah, Chateau Woods, I seen so many electrical vehicles. Like just this month, I was just driving around and I saw tons of Tesla charging stations, EV America, tons of it. Well, guess what? We know those things can get really busy, and depending on your electrical plan that you have, like myself, you know, I can't say the company that I use, but between 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning, I really don't pay much in electricity because it's off market time. That is the best time for me to plug in and charge my vehicle. I don't have an EV yet. I want to be as cool as you guys. But if I was to do that, you can plug in. Every single one of my homes that is sold by CAFCO and neighborhoods will have a NEMA 1450 plug for EV charging. Literally, what does that mean? Most people don't know much about charging an electrical vehicle. It comes with a plug that you can plug into your standard outlet, and it will take you 18 hours to charge your vehicle. With the NEMA 14, you can charge up to 30 miles per hour. And most people aren't going to use their whole energy battery that, you know, that you're going to use all of that. But it's a nice thing to know that between that time period and the way these cars are, that you can set the time that you're actually charging. You just plug it in and say, hey, charge between this time. By the time you're ready to leave, your vehicle's always charged every single day, and you spent pennies charging that vehicle on there. Now, we can be indifferent whether you believe in electrical vehicles or not. I'm just saying that we have the ability for you guys to do that, and there's ways for you to do it and not spend a whole lot of money and affect your electrical bill. But I really saw the huge amounts of electrical vehicles out there, that it just made sense for me to include that in every single home. Now, the nice feature that if you move into the reserve and 5 years from now you decide to sell, that's a feature that you're going to do, because electrical cars are coming. They're going to be the future, and this is what's going to be sold. And you're going to have something that no one else is going to have, other than your other neighbors from CAFCO and neighborhood, because all the other builders that are out there, they ain't doing it. And if they do this, they're just trying to be copycats. They're going to try to give you very little. They're going to try to make as much as they can on you. That's business. But what we're trying to do here is really save you a lot of money, help us to dominate and fill in this community with other homes of the same cost, same values, and to help you keep that value as you progress. Hopefully this be a neighborhood that you see your whole entire life in, and if not, that it works tremendously for you. I've shared in the past how much I believe in manufactured homes, how much I believe in manufactured neighborhoods, and not so much parks. There is a difference. In the park, there's not much regulations. You kind of could do whatever you want. Where a community or neighborhood there is restrictions on there, because they want you to hold those values and be proud of what you have. You know, when I moved from Arizona to Texas, I moved into a brand new manufactured home community. I was the first one in. Got my home put in. And 3 years later, when I sold it, I made $15,000 by keeping the home there, because it was in a community that somebody wanted to be in, and it was completely full. The reserve is going to fill up, guys. It's going to, because as soon as people start to figure out like really what we're doing, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. That's why I'm on here right now, trying to do my best to let you guys know what we're doing and get these homes sold, because we're going to fill in this spot. And by the time people are like, okay, yeah, I'm into that, guess what? It's going to be too late. And then you're going to be stuck in the market, buying for overpriced homes, getting into battles, because guess what, guys? Interest rates are still low. I've been doing this for 17 years, and I understand for the last 10 years, we've seen rates really, really low. But guess what, guys? It's time to pay the piper for that. It's time to pay for it, and the rates are going to go up. And I don't want to create fear, because I'm not. But just to let you know, what interest rates were considered low when I started were 7.5%, and we're almost there already. My parents bought a home at a low rate of 13%. Hopefully it doesn't get up that high, but the longer you wait, the more you're going to pay. It's that simple. There's not that many homes still out there. Even with the people saying, I'm going to wait, there's still that huge amount of people moving to Houston, to Dallas, to Fort Worth, to Austin, Midland, Texas, Abilene, Texas. The state of Texas is growing. Don't be left behind. Okay, guys? This is a great opportunity for everyone. We may not be the right opportunity for you, but don't let this interest rate keep you from buying a home, because it's going to cost you more. If you're looking for land and you want a home and you don't want to live in a community, still hit me up. I'll be happy to refer you to one of my retailers and get you guys set up. I'll be happy to walk you through that process. And if it ends up being great and you know someone who's looking to move into a community versus being a landowner, then send them my way. Know that they're going to get that type of treatment from me, whether they're buying from me or they're not. You're going to get outstanding treatment. So, kind of going from that point. So, got in a tangent there. So, tangent over. Let's go ahead and let's go back. So, on here, you'll be able to see the different homes. It's going to show you the lot number. It's going to show you the price. Now, the price that is showing doesn't show any discounts. There's no discounts on those ones. But as you know, we are having incentives. These incentives are going to end August 30th. So don't miss out, guys. All right, so we have the Santa Fe, the Elation for $102, the Delight for $98,999, the Ash for $131. We have a Benbrook, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Actually, this is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. That's a typo. The Jenny, the Urban Homestead, the Urban Homestead 2. So tons and tons of homes that you can go with. There's 44 different floor plans, over 50 different lots. We're going to have our display models available here at the end of the month for us to go through and start showing some model homes. If you want to take advantage of looking at homes that are actually ready to go without having to look at model homes, we can also do that. I will actually be back at the community next week, Tuesday through Thursday. So those appointments fill up. Now, when I'm down there, guys, I'm down there. I'm like, if you need to roll up at 8 o'clock in the p.m., I'm there. I'd rather be out there talking to you, showing you a home, than sitting in my hotel room, because that's not productive for me, and that's not productive for my company, and it's not productive for you. If you want to get up as early as I do and meet at 7 in the morning at the community, I'm your guy. I can do it. I can be there because I'm devoting that time while I'm there. We, as Cafco and Neighborhood, we have other communities that we're working, so that's why I'm not down there consistently. As you guys start to come in and start to buy, then at that time, I'm either going to commit to hiring someone to help me out here and me stay down there until we get things permanent, or I hire someone down there. But until we get things rocking and rolling, that's where it's at. So those time frames from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, if you miss it, believe me, guys, I'm just gonna fill it in with somebody else, and it's not to be a jerk. I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to wait for the other week until I can come in. Now, if you happen to be like, no, I just want to buy, we do everything through the internet. That's the nice thing. So we don't have to meet in person. We can kind of meet like we are now. You know, let's go back to 2020, the year of dating on the internet. We can go to buying a home on the internet. Same thing. We are loaded. We're actually built for that, to be able to do everything electronically, where we don't have to meet in person. Pretty soon we'll have the ability to have access to the homes without me being there. Kind of like if you know Open Door, the way they do their concept, that's kind of what we're going to be doing, where you're going to submit your driver license, give us your detailed information. We're going to give you a temporary passcode to be able to enter the home. Our cameras will be on, everything will be on, because obviously we want to protect our product that's out there. And if you happen to fall in love with it, we can do everything over the internet and move on. So easy. Now let's talk about how to actually purchase a home from us. The first step is to go to this web page here. Let me go ahead and bring it up so you guys can see. I don't like using Edge that much, but whatever. It's going to be Cade2 or Cade2.com, I believe it is. No, I'm sorry. It's askcade2.com. Okay, so on here, you're going to put in our phone number, which is going to be 8. I'm clicking on my screen over here versus the actual screen. Man, I'm getting old. It's going to be 817-766-4250. And then it's going to say, are you working with Kafka Neighborhood? And the answer is going to be yes. When you log in here, we're going to go ahead and walk into the most important thing. And that's going to be your soft credit inquiry. Guys, I am literally telling you this is truly a soft inquiry. This is not the BS story of, it's a soft inquiry. It's not going to hurt you. And then all of a sudden you have a hard hit. This is truly a soft inquiry. I value my credit. I worked hard to have the credit that I have. And man, do I get upset. Which is hard to believe. I mean, when you look at this face, you wouldn't think I get upset. You think I'm just a genuine guy. I don't even look like I'm a jerk. But I can tell you, I'm just like you guys. I am. I don't like being lied to, and I don't like people pulling my credit just to pull my credit. Okay? But if you're looking to buy your home, we can at least go into the soft inquiry to see where you're at. Now, this isn't going to be your current credit, and that's why it's a soft pull. It's going to go back 14 days to see what your credit was at, and that's why it's free and it doesn't hit your points. Okay, so whatever it was reporting on there, understand that it can be a difference when they actually go to pull your actual credit when you submit your application. But it's going to give us a real good detailed look at what's going on there, so that way you can really determine what you want to do based on your credit, because your down payment is going to be based on your credit, right? The as good as your credit is as low as your down payment is going to be. As bad as your credit is, the more they're going to ask from you, because guess what? The banks don't want to lose money if they happen to give you a loan. If you're like a 550 credit score, under 600, man, you're going to probably have to pull some money from your 401k to get into your home, but you get to get into a home where everyone else is just telling you, sorry, bro, I don't even want to talk to you. Why are you even here? That we have lenders that, hey, life happened. We get it. Let's work together and let's get you into a house. So don't let your credit scare you. We have lenders who can help you out. At the end of the day, if what they ask for you as a down payment isn't too much from you, you lose nothing. You lose absolutely nothing, but you have a lot to gain from it, because we can then reevaluate and look how we can get you in at a lower down payment by helping you get your scores where they need to be. Okay? But you can only move forward if you do this. Okay? Now, if you're paying cash, you don't even have to go here. All you got to do is give me a call and say, hey, Jeff Anthony, I'm looking to make you a cash offer on this house. Take it, leave it. What can we do? It's real simple. It's real simple stuff. But we do know that the majority of the people are going to finance. You're just going to go to this stop here, click on it, put your information. If there's more than one of you that's going to apply, add the second person that's going to go on there, whether it be your spouse or just an additional person. The person that you're working with is yours truly, Jeff Anthony Garcia. And then you hit pull my credit, and then it's going to say, great, your credit has been sent to the retailer. Then you're going to go ahead and click save and continue. When you click save and continue, it's going to go ahead and take you to the credit application portion. And then you'll fill that out. Once you're done completing the application, it gets sent to me. Now, the reason we go through askcade2.com is because our lenders like 21st Mortgage, Triad, Credit Human, Cascade Financial, who's that's on there. All these guys, you'll be able to apply with all of them in one visit versus having to do multiple applications at one time. Now, that doesn't mean that we run your credit to everybody at one time. I'm going to literally call you guys and ask you, who would you like to send this application to? And we can look at credit rates at that time, what kind of fees those banks are offering. So that way you're in full control. It won't be like the car dealership unless you wanted, and I don't mean to talk bad about the car dealership. I'm just saying we all know that sometimes those car dealerships like to run your credit in a shotgun form and see who can just get you financed. That's not going to be the case here. You're going to have full control of this process as we go through it. So that's the part of it. Now, like I mentioned, we do DocuSign. So all of our contracts will go through DocuSign. You'll be able to, doesn't matter how many buyers are on there, you'll all be able to review it. You'll all be able to sign it. You'll get my signature on there as well. And that gets sent out to the bank. Earnest money deposits. We do take earnest money deposits while you're in the financing. We do ask $1,000 down earnest money deposit gets taken towards your balance or to your down payment. So if in any case that anything that's out of your control, that you're unable to complete the transaction, it's returned to you. If you happen to just quit the transaction because you need to go to Cancun, we have the right to withhold it because you're actually in the process of buying a home. Okay, so but typically there's no reason for us to hold your money if it was a legit reason, like you're unable to get financed. Okay, we make absolutely no money. I don't make any money from deposits. I get money from actually you moving into your home. So that's ultimately my goal, and I know that's ultimately your goal in doing this. So we don't even have to lie or try to act like we don't get paid and be like, I'm your friend, I'm your professional. After I sell your home, we can be friends. Actually, I have several people I've sold homes to that I literally call friends, but during the transaction, you don't need a friend. You need someone who's professional to get you into your household and who's willing to make sure that you get a great price and great service at the same time. So so that's pretty much what we got going on. Just to go on there, I'm not sure. You see that there's viewers, but I don't see any comments, which means I did not load the comment section on there. So I do apologize if you were trying to leave a comment and it did not allow you to. But you can contact me by emailing me at G as in girl, M as in Mary, 088, so 8888, GM088 at palmharbor.com. Or you can call us at 817-766-4250. I do have to let you know I don't pick up the phone after 6 o'clock. Those calls do get sent to my cell phone. Once I'm at 6 o'clock comes around, I do spend time dedicated to my family. But I pick up the phone as early as 6 a.m. So I give you good 12 hours to communicate with me. Now, when I'm in Houston, y'all can call me up to 9 o'clock. So, like I mentioned, I'd rather be working than sitting in that hotel room. So if I'm gonna be away from my kids, I don't want to make them pay twice for me not being there with them. So it's already 6:13, which means I've been here for about 40 minutes. I know that you guys got plenty more things to do. I appreciate you for viewing, and if you have any questions, give me a call, send me an email. Be happy to help you guys out. As always, God bless. Take care.